This is based on the previous video. The following you are about to see will be enhanced entirely.
Hi there. You probably noticed me before, right? Well, my name is Mr. Calvin Burnside. Pleasure to meet you.
And I'm Colonel Montgomery J. Claxon. Pleased to be welcome and get to the bottom of my little southern advice.
As you see, this here is the movie version. You probably know that Calvin and the Colonel began in October of 1961, before ABC was cable.
That was one of our golden days of cartoon in our childhood, where they get to watch our show. But not in this version. No, it isn't. Many of them just don't know it yet. All movies has a scene in which they're taken from the famous hit show Amos and Andy. Familiar, if you ask me. He was only watching while he's the only one there. No similarity.
Well, she had to pay her 2 or 3 pesos and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pesos. Now, the company will pay her 56 pesos in stock.
56 pesos? Oh, how much is it in United States Confederate money?
I don't know about Confederate money, but it is $2.37 in stock.
Thanks for the tip, Chiquita. Well, Calvin Burnside, I think it's time to put the stock down away from Matthew Noonan.
That might sound like a great idea, Colonel Claxon.
As you know, this version was right after I looked at the note, which was in Spanish, and Calvin and I didn't understand.
But because this was the remake of this episode, this wasn't based on a real cartoon world. If this was, then it might be a real cartoon world by the moment. The next version is not a cartoon nor a movie. That there is called a comic seer. You've probably seen me in various scenes of the book, and this is one of them.
Although you can tell this is Jose Rocha's version or the second color comic version of Calvin and the Colonel. Don't worry, take it from us.
This version consists of me holding a book while smoking a cigarette. I was reading a newspaper magazine with a cover of girls on the front. I wasn't disturbing him.
Did you really, Calvin J. Burnside? You was thinking that my hat wouldn't have been degraded a little long.
Not necessarily, Colonel Claxon. Mom magazine is readable to use. I was never doing something bad.
This version and all other versions was a remake, and was not introduced in the cartoon world. If this was a cartoon world, then I wouldn't agree less.
12th floor.
See what you mean? You never do this in real life, do ya?
Nada, Colonel. I'd never do that.
Notice that this is the last segment, and it's the last version of the main comic series. Tricky, if I do say so myself.
As you see, the first comic series was me holding the paintbrush while finishing the words Calvin and the Colonel. It was more like grabbing hold of Claxon while he got the paint.
I wouldn't hold for too long, Calvin Burnside. This was just us running highwards through the sky, getting away from the cops. They wouldn't stand a chance against us. We're invincible. Oh, ha, ho, 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 ho.
There was a slight mistake between real life and cartoon world remakes. If there was so, then it's a fact that the cartoon world is better.
Like Calvin Burnside, he's really good-natured. For me, Colonel Claxon, all really intellectual, if you ask me.
So now you have seen everything. Movie and cartoon versions, all in just a fantasy way. What would you make next?
Yeah, how can you make next if a new series began?